The
Okay, we are live. Welcome back. It's been about 6 months since our last session, which was supposed to be 2 weeks later. So it's been a long break. I've been super busy and haven't had time to run a game for quite some time. But I'm very excited to be back and continuing with this first mystery. Sorry, and hopefully wrapping it up today. Probably for the next 30 minutes or so, there may be a little noise here in the room. I mean, my kids are over there playing Xbox, so I've asked them to keep it down a little bit. If it gets really noisy, let me know. We are back playing Monster of the Week. Our group of intrepid hunters have been tracking down an evil doppelganger in the town of Madison, Indiana, back in 1953, if I remember correctly. Each of you guys are reprising your roles, except we have one new player because one of the old players did not return to join us. So I'm going to go down the list, I guess, from my left to my right and ask you guys to introduce yourselves and your character. So, Denny, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hey, I'm Denny. I'm gang worker in the chat on the Discord. I'm playing as the expert, Joseph Fletcher, who is the town of Jefferson. Was it Jefferson? Was that the name of the town? Madison. Okay.
Jefferson County, Madison, Indiana.
Right, because Jefferson County Library. Okay, so I'm the librarian at the Jefferson County Library in Madison, Indiana. That's my haven. So I have an infirmary from it was like an old Civil War hospital, as well as I have an interest in recreating history because I'm also head of the Historical Society in Madison. So I have a lot of refurbished items, including my weapons, which are a old cowboy shotgun and a cold steel saber and a regular old revolver.
Yeah, and as I recall, Fletcher or Joseph Fletcher was not really aware of the supernatural until recently. He knew a lot about it, but he thought it was all fiction. And what did Fletcher think about the discovery that all this stuff is real?
I would say a mixture of just shock at first, but then kind of warming up to it and kind of be like, all right, well, I guess that's how it works.
All right. So, well, anyway, he's an interesting character, and I look forward to seeing more of him in the upcoming sessions. Mike, you introduce yourself.
Certainly. Hello, I'm Mike. I am playing Biff Cannon, who is in the game The Chosen, and he is kind of a yuppie, bratty kid who is not very good at charming people. Comes off, I guess, as kind of, I don't know, just an asshole, maybe?
Yeah, it was pretty nice to me.
You seem pretty nice.
A little snotty,
snotty. Okay, yeah, maybe entitled.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe entitled, and got some pretty cool moves. I like the I'm here for a reason, the devastating move, the invincible move, and then the who knows when this is going to come into play, but the Destiny's Plaything. So we'll see how that works out. And I've kind of been working towards that end scenario, and if this is it, I guess we're going to need our magic weapons and staffs, and let's have some fun.
All right. And Jen, you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Okay, I'm Jennifer, and I'm not sure how I show up on the thing. Maybe it's Katarina. And my character is called Mithril Steel. She is the initiate, and she is a member of the Priory of Illumination. She's actually was raised. The Priory is kind of like the mystical side of things. First, like if the FBI had the X-Files for real, only they were all religion and spookiness and stuff like that. That would be the Priory. So she was raised by the Priory. She is well trained in fighting, and she also has tattoos all over her body that are like partial magic spells, and so when she wants to do magic, she has to use up one of the tattoos. Okay, usually with her own blood to make it, activated. She recently gained control of a small team of her own, so she has a couple of henchmen, if you will, but they're not actually with us right now because they're off doing some other investigations. And her mentor in her own time, because we all came from what was the 80s or 90s, is now a young adult of a similar age or even younger in her current time.
Well, actually, two of you in this group came from the future. Biff and Mithril were both in 2020. In one of the earlier sessions before we moved into the online format, you guys got transported back into the past, actually to different times, and you kind of ended up coming together in 1953. Joseph and Mal, who will be introduced to here shortly, are both from this time period. So I don't know if they know you're from the future or not. I don't remember.
I think Joseph does.
I don't think we actually confirmed it. I think you've you dropped like hints, if I remember correctly. Like you said, "Oh, this time's really weird," and I was just like, "Say what?" Like, but we never really.
2:00 in the afternoon. I never got the hang of it. So, as I recall, Mithril, brother Raphael, who will later be your actual mentor when you're younger, and brother Newman have both gone to the Scottish Rite Cathedral in Indianapolis, which is the headquarters of the Priory, secretly. And brother Raphael is tomorrow going to be investigating the archives to see if he can find any further information about doppelgangers for you. Brother Newman has taken a chunk of a divine meteor, and he should be arriving in Indianapolis today sometime. Brother Andre is still with you guys. So,
okay, that's right.
Also, Rector Agnes Lichtenstein, who is the rector for this longitude, who is your direct supervisor, is on her way to meet you, and she will be here in 2 days.
I'd forgotten about that.
All right, so that's kind of what I had on my notes from the third session. And our last player, our newest player to the session, Sturba, is that how I pronounce that?
Yes, that is how you pronounce it.
All right, Sturba is going to be taking over the character of Mal, who is our spellslinger who joined us in session 3. Did he join us in session 3 or session 2?
Yes, it was session 3.
Yeah, so he was new, and then the player who played him could not make it this time, has not returned since then. So I don't know if he's coming back or not. So Sturba has stepped in. If you want to introduce yourself and the character that you're going to be playing.
Alrighty, so hi, I'm Sturba, and I'm going to be playing, I hope I pronounced this right, Malthir Mal Kaldaka. Yeah, I probably butchered it, but whatever. Yeah, and I'm playing the Spellslinger. So
Awesome.
I'm basically a wizard magician, whatever you want to go and call it of the group. I handle all the big magic, I'm assuming.
Yeah, magic is sort of your lifeblood. As I recall, Mal is sort of his nickname, and he is sort of a thespian type of flamboyant character that kind of came into the group. He was tracking these doppelgangers across the country, did not know exactly what they were. He just knew they were some sort of malevolent creature, and when he met up with this team, you guys discovered together what they actually are. So when we left off last time, you guys were in the library, which is Joseph's haven. You made some communications with the team in Indianapolis, and you had retrieved some heartwood branches from a tree out near Clifty Falls in the state park area, and had come back to the library, and it was pretty late at night. What did you guys want to do?
Isn't the doppelganger also locked up somewhere?
Oh, that's true.
Mal trapped the doppelganger in the was it like the basement of something?
Yeah, it was like a root cellar of a collapsed lodge. So it was a hunting lodge that was partially struck by a meteor in a previous session, and only about half of it was left standing. The team tracked Mal used his magic to track the doppelganger to the farmhouse. There was a kerfuffle happened inside the house, and it looked like it was going to collapse. You guys tracked the thing down into the cellar and couldn't find it, so you decided to regroup, and you used your magic to lock it into place so it could not escape, and then you went to retrieve the heartwood, which is one of its weaknesses.
Yeah. I think in trapping it too, I got some pretty sick scars, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's strips of your skin in the shape of links of a chain were basically ripped off about maybe about a millimeter deep into your skin, leaving some kind of really raw strips of skin in the form of these chain links around like your wrist.
Crackling.
So I have here that the doppelganger can be harmed with a blessed dagger anointed with holy oil and prayer, a spike from a heartwood tree. Not sure why I have old black magic cleansed by white here, and then I also have that in general, doppelgangers steal life and sustenance from individuals, their life, their finances, their family. They can shift between identities, but each time they shift, their form degrades. And another way to hurt it is to show it its true image in a mirror.
Right, but you have to figure out what its true image is.
Yeah.
And then I have a note that Officer Reed has Andre in handcuffs right now because of the stolen bread van. Did we resolve that, or is she still in handcuffs?
I don't believe that. I think you guys talked your way out of that.
Okay.
We talked our way out of.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. He did have Michael. he did have a brother Andre in handcuffs when you guys came out of the lodge, but you guys were able to finagle your way to get him to release you all by claiming that it wasn't. No, this is not the van you're looking for. This is the
Historical Society van.
Yeah, an entirely different van.
Oh, we did an Obi-Wan on him?
Yeah, you put a number on him and you got him to believe you, so he went about his merry business. But you might suspect he's probably going to keep an eye on you guys at this point. So there was some suspicious activity, but you guys were able to pull a fast one. So yeah, the brother Andre was with you guys when you came back to the library.
Okay.
All right. What's
I have a
next,
note
Philip?
here that Biff is ready to level up to level 3.
That's true. Biff, did you pick an extra move?
Oh, I have not.
Do you want to think about that? We'll come back to it.
Yeah. We'll come back to it.
All right, so you guys are in the library. Mithril has just gotten off the phone with Brother Raphael. You know some stuff are going to go down. You have your heartwood. You're all in the library. What would anybody like to do this evening? Or do you want to set right back out to take care of this doppelganger?
Since it's really late, I think I'm going to use... I got to check my moves real quick. What did I just do there?
I was going to say, I have a note here that we need to enchant, and plus my silver knife and Mal's knife.
Oh yeah, I have the ritual knife.
And we also need to whittle like the hardwood into a stick, or like into a stake, I think.
Yeah. Did we get enough to do multiples?
I think we did 3 or 4, yeah. You could each have one. Depending on what you want to do with it. If you want to turn it into a staff, that's a different story. If you want to turn it into like a stake or just a sharp pointy stick, just tell me what you want to do.
It says a spike. So I think we have enough to make each her person a spike to keep on their person?
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay. Thrusting dagger. Okay, that'll take maybe an hour to do you want to assign somebody to do that, or who's going to do the whittling?
I'll do the whittling.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say he should be a good whittler.
All right. So Biff runs off into the corner and starts, whittling away. Are you using the blade of your staff of demonic hatred?
Yes.
Does it have to be blessed?
The lore that you found did not suggest that it has to be blessed.
Could I use the lore library real quick to try and find any like last minute things about?
You absolutely can. Remind me what the lore library move says. I believe it just gives you a plus. Let me see.
Is it like a investigate a mystery kind of thing?
Hunter moves, playbook features.
Here, I'm looking it up.
Oh, looks like I didn't get as far as putting that into the Keeper's Fellowship yet. So.
Oh, that's all. I was just looking for it.
Yeah, I didn't get as far as that. Let me see if I got it in here.
Okay, no worries.
Well, it's not there either. Hey, Michael. Yes. Could you do me a favor? Yes. Run up by my bed. There's a little book on the floor. It says Monster of the Week. Would you get it? Bring it down here for me. Send one of my minions to fetch it. Okay, so we'll come back to you here in a minute, Denny. You are immersing yourself in the lore of your lore library, looking for things related to the doppelganger. Sturba or Mal, is there anything you would like to do?
I think here. Not a whole lot I can do with my moves. A thought just came up to mind. Should we be concerned about Mr. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith's son? Because I remember there was talk about that.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was a doppelganger himself.
He was nowhere to be found at home.
Yeah, like if he's alive somewhere or if he is a doppelganger.
Which means he probably he may have gone to the police, because I mean, if he was at school, like when we started tracking the doppelganger, it was pretending to be Mrs. Smith in like the middle of the day. So.
And Mrs. Smith told you he went to a picnic with the neighbors.
Oh, was it? I didn't realize it.
As I recall, that's what she told you, but that was before you discovered that she was in fact a doppelganger. So,
chances are she probably, if she did come across him, she probably wouldn't have left him alive.
All right, so lore library, when you hit the books, take +1 forward to investigate a mystery, as long as the historical or reference works here are appropriate. So, tell me what book in the library do you have, or other types of materials would you have that would be appropriate?
Well, I was thinking maybe a book on like German fairy tales. Like doppelganger is a German creature typically associated with like German mythology.
German, huh? Does that have anything to do with the German werewolves?
Nazi werewolves?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think that I would be looking at that and looking at how, like in those fairy tales, looking for things such as like how to coax the creature to reveal its true form. Since
very nice.
So we can't just make it do it by putting a mirror in front of it. It will actually display its current form, or it won't.
I'm gonna actually say, listen, I've got a new move that I want you guys to check out. Let me find it here real quick. And I was not as prepared for today as I would have liked to have been. So,
sometimes you have to do a Nike and just do it.
I'm just wondering if it could be as simple as like Grimm's stories, Grimm tales.
Oh yeah, the stories from Brother Grimm.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. Given those stories, it's like
those stories are a little bloody.
You don't have to. Hopefully, they don't have to like sacrifice a baby or something.
Well, actually,
that child, we never know.
Oh God.
Okay, so I have created a new system of moves to replace the investigate a mystery move, and they comprise of a set of moves that are used depending on the situation. So one is called investigate a location, subtitled Suspected Monster Activity. Another is Examine a Victim, the corpse of a body or a living victim or what have you. The other is Investigate a Creature. Once you identify what the creature is, you can then roll that one. You guys have already identified what this creature is. So since you are using the lore library, you get a +1 forward. You are searching through the old fairy tales. Why don't you give me a roll plus sharp?
All right.
Our first roll. Yes, come on.
Let's roll them bones. Digital bones. All right. Is it / or backslash? I completely
I think
Forward
it's
slash.
Forward.
/ All right.
Yeah.
I think I did not do that right.
You did backslash.
So close.
I am okay.
Oh, put a space between the roll
Yeah.
and the two. Yeah.
We'll get it here
It's
eventually.
been, it has been
Spence is killing me here.
So far, yeah, I was like, we've dropped the dice over the table. We've
And
knocked
a
over
five.
Come here,
things.
rolls a
Yeah.
That is not good.
Experience.
Good to know. Okay.
An
do you-
experience point. Yeah.
what is your sharp?
my sharp. That's right. It's +3, so that's actually
Oh,
And it's
wow.
8, nice.
an 8.
8.
We needed a 9 though, right?
You
No.
can type that in there
7,
too. You
7,
can do
Yeah,
/ roll 2d6 +3 when you do that.
Okay.
So you got an 8. 8 is a mixed success. So you get to hold 1 to ask one of the following questions. What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it doing? What will it do next? Or what is it after?
And I get a +1 as well, right? Because I have the lore
No,
library.
you actually got the it was at 9. You got a +1 to the roll.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, not quite enough to get the 10 for 2 holds. So you do get to ask one of those questions.
Do we have these new questions written down somewhere?
I will share them to you as soon as I can figure out where
It's
I
in
have
the
them.
basic moves on the roster.
Oh,
Yeah,
I already
did-
put it in the roster. It is there.
Did you really? The
Yeah.
new ones?
Yeah, I already put it there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
Are they in the basics?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Da-da-da.
So we're normally do investigate a mystery. Now we have these new versions. Got it.
Right. And the new versions are
Break 'em out.
specific. The idea behind these new the new moves is that it lets me, I guess, more give out clues, in the early part of the mystery until you've gathered enough information to really narrow in on the monster itself. I just don't like it like if somebody, first scene in the game, you roll investigate a mystery and you get a 10 and you're like, what can hurt it? And, what sort of creature is it? You know what I mean? It's like,
No mystery to it. It's just
it's my chair brain. Now I know in Monster of the Week it's not supposed to be about the solving of the mystery. It's about kicking the monster's ass. But I like the investigative mystery part.
Yes.
Yeah.
me too.
So I want to try these out, see how they work, and see where we go from there. So you get one question on the investigator creature, and you've got what can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What will it do next? And what is it after?
Or
Do
he
we
can
know
hold
what's
it.
after?
Yeah.
Or you can hold it. Now
What's the point of a hold right now, though?
These holds do expire at the end of the scene unless I otherwise say so.
How is it scene defined? Does that mean like at the end of tonight or at the end of when we go do something else?
Yeah, pretty much at the end of this segment. So right now we're in the scene. We're in the library. I like to try to divide things up by scene. So think about it this way: as long as it's a distinct chunk of fiction, if we decide to skip ahead 3 hours or whatever, that's a different scene.
Oh, okay. Fade to black. New scene. Got it.
If you go from here to the police station and we acted out the whole way there, it's still the same scene. But if we skip ahead to when you arrive at the police station, it's a different scene.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Might as well just spend the
Well,
whole
I looked up how to find its true form. But that's a pretty specific thing.
I'll tell you what. I hate to do this.
It's got those above.
It's totally fine. I mean, I have another question lined up if you can't really answer that one.
All right. Well, actually, I know exactly how I want to answer that, but it depends on what you ask.
Oh.
Okay. I guess my question would be, how can you coax it into revealing its true form?
Okay, I'm going to take that as a what can hurt it, because that will give you the answer to that question as well. And what you find in an old, it's actually a Slavic tale you find, where some young children are being menaced by a shape-changing monster, and when they stab it with this wooden stake, it shifts back into sort of a amorphous blobby kind of form, and that is when it is weakened. So you assume from reading that if you stab it with these heartwood stakes, it will revert at that point to its actual form.
Okay.
So
I get it. Kind of like phase shifting, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, how does
yeah.
the mirror? What does the mirror have to do with that?
When
Like
it sees itself, it
well,
gets
can you
weak.
use the mirror
It
then?
thinks it's
That's my
very
question.
ugly, so it gets scared to death, probably.
It doesn't like Jello.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Medusa, kind of, maybe, or a basilisk.
You can I'll throw in a little bit more here to tie it all together, because to be honest, I think you guys have enough information to muddle through this even without it. But just to dot the I and cross the T, there's another segment of vampire lore where it talks about the mirror being able to trap a spirit. So putting the two together, it would appear that if you stake it with the wooden stake, which grounds out its magic, preventing it from shifting forms, the mirror will then strip it of those magical defenses, at least till it can find time to recover.
Okay.
So you want to do the one and then do the other.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then you should be able to defeat it with any sort of mundane weapons.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. Also, I'd also like to kind of just bring up from, like, this is Joseph talking. Just when we were fighting it, when we shot it, like chunks of it flew off. So if we could, like, I mean, if we got like a mundane weapon, like just like a shotgun, and like blew its head off, it wouldn't be able to like use its head to do anything, or its arm or whatever.
So you're saying like we could weaken it with
so like maybe
regular
like
weaponry.
so like make it so like it can't like pick stuff up and throw it at us or anything, or like try to punch us. We could just like shoot it in the hand or something so it can't grab us.
Okay.
Well, then I've been thinking with my magic, is there something that I could use to like more carefully restrain it? Because I know I restrained it to a location, but like, could I go and try to physically prevent it from moving?
Yeah,
Get in there to...
you could. Actually, you could use basic magic with that, but you have to get line of sight on it.
Okay, so I got to be like in front of it,
right?
Having to go and keep focus on it to go and pin it down.
And I would say you need to maintain concentration on it to really lock it down and prevent it from moving.
Okay, so it's just the line of sight. I need to be looking at it, or at least it needs to be looking at me for the magic to work like that. Okay,
I think
so we can do that
sense.
too.
And again, you're the spell slinger. If you have suggestions for how the fiction will work on your spells, feel free to throw it out there.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking because like restraining it to a location's like that would be. I feel like just to like restrain it like itself. To me, that just seems like it would take more focus to do, because like I'm trying to go and keep it in one spot, not just a general location.
And actually, Mithril did something similar to the demon wolf in a previous adventure. She locked it down to where it couldn't move, and then they just beat it to death. So, yeah, that could work.
That took That took an arrow through the shoulder too.
Mm.
That was a lot of blood and a lot of tattoo for that.
All right.
All right. So should we just get ready to kill this thing?
Let's go find it.
All right. So
are we in the? What time is it anyway for
I'd
our
say it's
character?
pretty late, but I'd say it took several hours for I'm sorry, Joseph to do his research in the library, and it probably didn't take too long for Biff to whittle out some nice sharp pointy sticks.
Like as
So-
we're having that conversation, he's just in the corner.
I guess
Whittling away.
And
The
have
real-
we enchanted the knives?
the real question. Oh, and enchanting the knives that take a couple of hours too of Mal doing some rituals, and that would be a used magic roll. So Mal,
What do
do
I
you
need to
want to
roll?
make me?
Uh-oh, here we go. Roll 'em up.
Here we
Because
go.
it's used magic, and you can enchant a weapon to give it a +1 harm and magic.
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm rolling now. Oh Lord, what is my
Plus what? Plus what?
I
Plus
have
weird?
+2.
Is it weird?
Yeah,
plus weird.
that's 7.
Oh, thank
Do I have
God.
anything that would help that?
All
Well,
right.
Seven's okay.
So
Well,
you
he's
need
going to do it twice, right? To do 2 knives.
Oh,
I think that's fair.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
whatever knife.
Let's start with that one. Okay, so you describe to me your magic. How is this working to where you're enchanting this blade?
I imagine it's probably an incantation that I'm doing. So I'm sitting there, the knife is on the table, and I'm kind of just hovering my hand over it, and some sort of old, like, kind of religious text probably I'm using to go and enchant it to make
It is a blessing,
knife.
yes.
Okay. So you get to choose your effect, which is to give it +1 harm and magic. You also get to choose a glitch, and your choices on that are: the effect is weaken, the effect is of short duration, you take 1 harm, ignore armor, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
Okay. I think right out of the bat here for the glitch, I'm just going to say that the duration is going to be short here. So that means we're probably need to get in there quickly and get this done because I don't know how long it's going to last now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Get it done, get out.
It shows in the effects here. Oh, I guess, okay, the effect is just to enchant a weapon. That's the actual thing of do magic. So these other things down here are not the things that you're enchanting the knife with. Got it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So the effect is of short duration for this one. Do you want to enchant the second one?
Yeah, this one's mine.
Yeah, I'll go and enchant the next one here.
Baby girl. Damn it. Sorry.
Here's for better hope.
And 8.
Da-da-da-da.
That's 10. So that
that's a
is
10. That is,
Yes.
you get your effect, and it works perfectly. There is no. So this weapon is now enchanted and it will remain so. I'll say indefinitely. It'll weaken over time. Maybe over the course of the next week or so, the effect will fade. But the other dagger, the first dagger, it's going to wear off at sunrise.
So
Okay.
we better use it fast.
So I'm assuming the first one's mine. I'll just go and say that I like botched the incantation there. I accidentally murmured like one word wrong.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
you're going
coughed.
fast. It's been a while since
coughed
you
in the middle.
so.
yeah, it's been a while since I had to go and bless like a weapon. So I'm just like, well, I tried. Hopefully the next one's better. So
Getting
then,
better every roll.
yeah, got better
Yeah.
there. So then, but Myrtle's, so that was the second one, right? Was
Yeah.
Myrtle's dagger. Okay, so the silver knife then, that one's good to go. That
Which
one I
is
did
good
not cough,
because
so.
that one has special properties to start with. So I'd have been upset if you just screwed it up.
Yeah, I would have had hell to pay for that, wouldn't I? Ugh.
Hmm.
All right. So what are y'all about to do?
All right, wait. So, what's the current time since my knife, the effects will wear off at sunrise?
Yeah, it's probably around 11 o'clock at night.
Ooh.
We got a little bit of time then. Sunrise is probably at what, like 5?
Yeah, it's as I recall, it's like midsummer.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be relatively early there. So do we want to just go and head out then, back to that
Yeah.
burnt down
Yeah,
hunting
let's head out.
lodge
I think I'm
and
gonna get
go back
some.
into the root cell of death?
Yeah, because we need to go find the doppelganger is still trapped there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he is still trapped there because I have locked him to that location.
And I think I'm gonna Joseph's gonna grab some weapons as well. I think he's gonna grab his pistol, and I think he's gonna grab the sword as well.
So
The shotgun might be a little.
I'm going to look around your area and see if you happen to have a silver-backed mirror.
Oh yeah, we need to
Okay.
get the mirror. Too.
Yeah, we definitely need mirrors.
Yeah, and I think
Maybe
Maybe
one
we
of
go
the
to
ones.
like some
shopping
sort
list.
of like thrift shop and get some
Well,
mirrors, maybe. Or
Pull one off the
11.
wall. I'm sure there's one on the wall
Yeah,
somewhere.
well, I mean, I'm most keenly interested in one that is actually mirrored with silver.
so that one probably couldn't find it just in a regular thrift store. That's
However,
I was thinking it's the kind of thing he might have.
yeah, because he is in charge of the historical society.
Yeah.
It's
So-
also 53. Most mirrors were probably made with real silver back then. They didn't have all the, crazy, synthetic stuff.
Oh,
So,
that's true. And he's probably like, "What are you talking about? Why wouldn't it be?"
Yeah, yeah. Like
I wonder how
that should-
keen am I to that actually? Since I just kind of randomly showed up here with you guys, am I just over here confused too with Joseph?
yeah, I guess we're kind of
what?
like just looking at each other like, what are they like? That's just mirrors.
what do you,
No, I think
Yeah.
with magic. I think with the magic
So that's-
user, you might be more savvy.
Yeah, I may have maybe deduced it, but I haven't
Well,
said anything to like
Joseph-
Joseph yet. I
Joseph,
may be
you-
suspicious.
you have preparedness as a move, which, if I recall correctly, it lets you have.
Oh, right. Yeah.
When you need something
so-
unusual or rare, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you have it right here. On a 7 and 9, you have it, but it's not here. It will take you some time to get it. On a miss, you know where it is, but it's going to be something really bad.
All right. Well, I can
okay.
roll.
All
Well,
right.
I guess we'll roll and hope for the best.
Here we go.
Honoring Jesus. So I can say 2d6 and then put without any spaces plus.
Yeah.
What is that a roll on?
I think it's 2d6 plus. I don't think you need the space. Oh, preparedness is a roll on sharp.
Sure.
Sharp. Sweet. Okay, so we might be in good hands here.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
oh,
happen
cool.
to have one.
Look at that.
Tell us about this mirror, this silver mirror that you have.
All right.
Where does it come from? What's its history?
Okay, so like, what isn't the founder of this town like an old PC?
Yes.
Yeah. Joseph Fletcher, or not Joseph? Oh, sorry. What was his name?
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
What was his name? It was like Life something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Eric
Alexander.
Alexander Lifeson. Yeah.
Okay, so this mirror came from Alexander's house. I mean, I have like a few of his artifacts. The sword is also his.
It's homestead.
Yeah, didn't really understand why it was made with a weird material, but that's besides the point. So this mirror, I believe it was found in his house.
His estate sale.
Yeah, I think you just use it like as a regular old like shaving mirror or like a bathroom mirror. But
How big is
A hand mirror.
it's not particularly big, it's like I'd say about like that big. Because like back in the day, like mirrors, unless you were like really wealthy, weren't very big.
Yeah, good point. So
Especially not in like
Get really close to show its reflection in it.
well, we'd have to get really close to stab it.
This
That's
is true.
true. So I guess
I'm going to say that it actually was silvered by Revere.
Paul Revere?
Oh wow, okay, I didn't realize how far back that.
Yeah, that is a long time ago, but it would have been an antique at that point.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that would make sense.
It's the kind of thing that Lifeson would have had or collected. So yeah, I like
it's like a collector's item. So it's got a nice little like not embroidery, but like work on it on like the edges. It's a pretty
And how are you going to feel about that if that gets broken?
pretty bad, I would say. I mean, it is. it is like
Well,
Paul Revere, an original Paul Revere silver mirror. That's a mouthful right there.
we're talking about killing a monster here, Joseph. We got to put the greater good in the forefront here.
Yeah, I guess, but like, can we not break it?
We will try.
Oh,
Only
we'll
after it's
try.
done his deed.
All right. I hope you know what you're doing. The historical society does not have the money to fix it.
I think I should know the right incantation to go and find it and pin it down. So hopefully we'll be good.
All right.
And I
So
have a feeling that Paul Revere used to belong to the Priory, so there may be more to this mirror than you think.
all right. So you guys are ready to get geared up. You want to give me a quick montage of your preparations?
All right.
Let's grab my knife.
Yeah, I pull the mirror off the wall. I decided that if anyone's going to hold it, I should.
Right.
So I kind of put that in I like a satchel. So I kind of put that very carefully, like with like a cloth covering it in the satchel. I also pulled off the
With the
wall.
stake.
Oh yeah, with the stake. Just kind of keep it so it doesn't get scuffed or anything.
Oh, yeah,
And then
Biff passed those out to us in the montage. He's just like,
Oh, yeah.
the stakes.
Hash out the stakes. Everybody button their shirt down and let's get it on.
Oh, and I pull the sword off the wall too.
Okay. You got
The
Alexander
shotgun, too?
Robertson's sword. It's a cavalry saber.
Yeah, it's a
Civil War era.
yeah, and I'll grab the shotgun too off the. It's like sword and then shotgun, so I'll pull both off there. Decided the shotgun might be.
Where are you going to put those?
So the shotgun has a strap on it, so I'll just put that like across my back. The sword, I would imagine that he had like used some like leather working to kind of or ordered like a
sheath, yeah.
It has a scabbard. It's like in a scabbard, but I would imagine that it would have like that I would have like gotten a like leather strap like or something to like walk it around, for like reenactments and stuff.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember whether or not the character Joseph is like a skinny little librarian guy or whether he's kind of a beefy guy to figure out how this looks in my mind.
I would say he's kind of, I guess, kind of in the middle. Like he did serve in World War II, but he didn't see action. He was like a supply depot in the States.
Did he go through any sort of basic training?
Yeah, he went through like some basic training, so he knows how to like shoot. And he also lives in Indiana, so I guess he also kind of learned from there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, is it Captain America before the change or Captain America after the change?
I think it would be more before the change because he's like 30. He's old. He's like 30. Old.
He kind of looks like Sigmund Freud in my imagination.
Oh God. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think he looks that like interesting. I think he's just kind of like a nerd, more like a Giles type figure.
Yeah, but I'm still just watching him strap on all these weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I might actually like.
Damn.
Kind of leans over to the side. And
I actually, my back starts to hurt a little bit as we're walking out the door, and I actually like take off the shotgun and put it back because I don't think I can carry it.
So your sanctum is kind of in the basement of the library, if I remember correctly, or the sub-basement. How do you get from the sanctum back into the main library?
I think there's just like steps. Well, there's two ways in. There's like the Bilko doors, because it is also doubles up as sort of a house type. Yeah. So there's Bilko doors, and there's also a like steps that lead up into the main library. And
do we have to go through a hidden bookcase or anything?
It's not. Listen, the Jefferson County Library is not a very interesting building.
Yeah, it's really basic.
Yeah.
Not above ground anyway.
No, not above ground. Underground's a little different, but I don't know about that.
Right. So Brother Andre walks up to you, Mithro, and says, Mom, is there anything I should do?
Just load up, be prepared, and stick with us. Keep your eyes open.
So he picks up gears and starts going out to load up the van. You guys come up into the main part of the library, and there is a knock at a rather insistent knock at the front library door.
Oh boy.
I got my hand hovering over the knife now because I'm not trusting anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little suspicious.
Can I
I'm-
open the door?
Just
I'll open the
imagine.
door if you guys want me to
All
open the door.
All right,
I
well,
can imagine
as
that
you're
a
walking
mouse
over, you'll hear a man's kind of gruff voice. Says, "Mr. Fletcher, this is the police. We need to speak to you right away."
Oh.
Oh, crap.
so, a little nervous about authority. I haven't really done much talking to the police besides the one time.
And actually, it sounds like Officer Reed's voice.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
So I unclasp the. So I figured it's probably not a good idea to answer the door
Yeah.
with a sword. So I put that kind of down on like a desk or something, and I go and are we all like in the main library area?
Yeah,
Or?
there's only like one big main room, and I guess there's a couple of reading rooms off the side. So I imagine that you come out from your sanctum sort of behind the main counter. There's like a big oaken, monstrosity
Yeah.
service desk, and there's like a foyer. Across the foyer is the two big oaken doors, with the banding and all that.
So yeah, I kind of motioned to the others to kind of like be a little more unseen, just because.
So what are the three of you doing as he walks over toward the door?
I quickly duck behind the bookshelves. Like I
Mr.
just do like a
Fletcher!
running jump, and
Okay, so what are you doing? Hiding behind
I'm
the
like
bookshelves?
I like immediately just like kind of freeze, and then I just jump off to the side behind some bookshelves. Like
I
I'm
move
not
up
dealing
to
with
the.
cops.
Let's say I move up to this. I'm used to dealing with cops, so I move up to the side of the door, but stay out of sight.
Okay.
So I'm basically guarding him.
I'm just gonna grab a book off the shelf and pretend I'm nonchalantly reading the book.
All right. So you walk up. You walk up and open the door, or I assume you open the door. Do you open the door?
Yeah, I'm just like 1 minute,
All right.
and I just go and open the door. Yeah.
All right. So the door opens, and Officer Reed's standing there with a young lady who looks very distraught. And Officer Reed looks at you. Mr. Fletcher, earlier this evening, you were with a group of people. There was a young lady with you. I need to speak to her.
Yeah. Is he referring to Mithril at this?
Yes,
or?
you can assume that he's referring.
Okay. Just trying to remember.
See that tattooed old hag over there?
You can't see them right now. So I just casually continue walking, and so that I'm here. Yes, Officer Reed. And
as soon as the girl sees you, she just like and turns. That's her. She pointed a gun at us, and she made us run away. We ran and we went back to the car, and she followed us, and she ate him. And
she ate him.
And starts sobbing and like hiding behind the police officer. And now the police officer actually looks confused at this point.
Yeah,
officer, what is she talking about?
My first thought that the police officer was
looking out behind the bookshelf, just like what?
Yeah, I was thinking
the police officer Reed, he loosens his gun in his holster, but he doesn't completely draw it out.
What?
It does that little unsnappy thing.
Yeah, it's like it's like he could have it out in an instant at this point. He goes, "Young lady, were you at the park this evening?"
Actually, yes. We went to look at the heartwood tree.
I was just giving them a tour.
Okay. I need you to move over here and stand against this wall.
Uh-oh.
Officer, what is this about? But I move. I cooperate.
And the young girl's like, she has a gun. She has a gun.
Do you have a gun?
Remember when you guys were at the park?
Yeah. I remember the couple that we scared away.
You kind of flashed a gun at him, so.
So, are you still wearing your weapons?
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I probably am. Yeah, it's on a shoulder strap inside my jacket. But remember, I have, official identification because I'm in, priory official.
Right. So what does that identification look like?
It's gonna look well. It's still the red identification. Well, no, actually, it's gonna be the identification. They probably gave me new stuff when I showed up with Andre and Raphael and everything. So it's not gonna show my picture because they don't really have that as easily now. But it's gonna be the '50s version of the FBI badge. Only it's gonna have like instead of FBI, it's gonna have P O A I POI. Priority of elimination. Yeah.
Federal investigator or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has you standing against the wall, and he goes, "I need the rest of you where I can see you." And he kind of starts patting you down, and he finds your gun, and he like pulls it out, and he sets it on the counter. And Andre goes, "I'm going to need you to come down to the station with me. We got to sort this out." This young lady says you assaulted her and her fiance, and he kind of like turns his head and looks at her. Ate him? Yeah, it's like
one of these two is the doppelganger. I swear to God.
Well, no, I'm thinking that the doppelganger that looked just like me probably ate her fiance.
No, I'm saying one of these two people here, either the officer or the kid, is the doppelganger.
If they patted us down though,
he patted her down.
You patted me down.
Did you have your stake on you? Did he get the stake?
Pull the mirror out. Pull the mirror out.
Oh, did he get my stake? It's in an inner coat pocket, so if he wanted to, yeah, he probably pulled it out.
Yeah,
you know, and then but my silver knife has morphed into like a pocket knife, so he didn't really notice that.
Okay, let's say that he starts pulling out all your weapons, one by one. And his eyes are getting bigger and bigger as each, the sword and wooden stake, and everything's like there's a pile of brass knuckles. There's a pile growing inside the table here, and
the taser. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
And then he finds your ID. You're a Fed? A woman is a Fed?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oof.
The Feds need a presence everywhere. You don't always notice us.
He looks again. He says, "I think I'd still like you to come down to the station with me."
So,
What is it this young lady claims that I did?
Yeah, do you honestly believe that this woman ate someone?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
we had
she was with us.
We had burgers and onion rings, but that's it.
As a witness, I can attest.
The girl's still sobbing over there. She pulled a gun, and then she shot him, and then she ate him.
She didn't shoot anyone. We have 3 witnesses to say that.
Yeah, we were there, and we did not witness any sort of shooting when we were there. We left later, but that must have.
And I'm like looking at the flamboyant actor-looking dude going. Shh,
yeah, cops probably not gonna.
Yeah.
I kind of just sink back behind the bookshelf again after that.
I was with it the whole.
You know what? Let's just go up to this officer and say, I think you got the wrong person, and I would like to.
I think you're trying to manipulate somebody.
Trying to manipulate.
Who's got to manipulate?
Act under pressure, kind of a move. Is what I want to do.
That's definitely a manipulate somebody move, and it is, straight out of the book. Everybody's got it. It's roll plus charm.
Roll plus charm. I don't need to be rolling anything.
Yeah, I don't need. I only got a.
You should not left.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly sounded to me like Biff was the one walking up and being the voice of reason.
I'll do it, but
no, Biff's got -1 charm.
Yeah,
I got 0 charm.
I think Mel's got 1. Unfortunately, Officer Leo's got 2, so I don't know. It's gonna be hard to do him. Why don't you just let me do it?
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that's already talking to him now.
Chuck him out of it because he's
way out of line.
I mean, he's got all my weapons out. He's like, do you really believe this is the kind of thing that a Fed would do?
Okay, roll your dice. That's
Okay, so 2
Here
plus
we go.
charm, or 2d6 plus charm?
+1 charm.
Plus 1. Hey, I hope it's an important one.
And I can help out on this.
okay. You want to help
Oh,
out? Roll
Lord.
your
Yes.
Well, wait to see what she rolls first.
Yeah, yeah,
Help out can give a maximum of +1. So
right.
Okay.
okay, so 7 will work.
An
So
8,
he will
7,
do
yeah.
7. He will do, but only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it. And he wants you to come with him down to the station right now to file a report and a statement.
Okay, I can do that for you. Do you need the rest of my group here, or would just me alone be sufficient?
You need to lawyer up.
Yeah,
No, I
Oh my
can't at
God.
this point. There's already too much going on. He's already seen all my weapons. He's got my badge. There is no lawyering up for a
yeah,
fed.
and the girls, you got
Yeah.
to arrest her. She killed him. She killed my boyfriend.
Oh, God.
I look at her. I'm like, I was there. She didn't kill anyone.
I just like nod my head, like, because I'm not going to talk anymore, because I've already kind of screwed that up.
Yeah, you know what, Joseph? Why don't you accompany me down to the station, and the others can go with Andre to check on our sick friend.
He pulls out his radio and he's like,
Mhm.
"This is Officer Reed. Frank, I need you to bring a cruiser over here to pick up a couple of people and bring them into the station. We're going to have to file a couple of reports, and I can't really have the accuser and the accusee in the car at the same time. This is turning into a bad situation. Over. Over."
Still got a second car coming home.
Yeah, do you mind if I pick up all my belongings now?
Well,
Suddenly,
Your weapons?
the girl standing behind Officer Reed is now Officer Reed.
I knew it. I knew it.
Officer Reed.
I knew it. I knew it.
She
Oh, crap. I'm
reaches
getting my knife out.
around and grabs a hold of his throat.
Well, fortunately, we've already got my wooden stake out, so grab and stab.
And rips. Officer Reed's arterial blood sprays across you and a series of books there. So you're grabbing your knife and you're going to do stabby.
No, I've got the wooden stake, the hardwood stake, because he has it all out. Remember, he put all of my crap out.
All right. You're gonna pick up that and try to stab her with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I try to go in and try to like restrain the doppelganger right now, since like I'm probably like looking straight at her right now, since we all just like witnessed this.
yeah, can I
doppelganger
pull my
kill
gun?
poor Reed.
Or-
Okay. So let's start off with it's kind of an action scene here, right? So Mithril
Yes.
overcomes the shock and gore of the scene immediately, reaches for the stake. Mal, you're going to work some magic.
Yep, I'm gonna try to go in and restrain this thing. I'm looking straight at it.
Okay, so you're going to roll some magic. I think it'll take you more than a split second to work this spell up. So
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do some gestures or something to go and try
Yeah.
to work up the foci to go and do
So
this.
you
So I'm gonna be kind of standing there for a second.
you begin doing your incantations. Mithril, you're going to attack.
Kick some ass, yeah.
All right, roll me your kick some ass.
And I want to help out when this doppelganger tries to block her. I want to try to.
Okay, so kick
Try to
some
help
ass.
out.
I'm just
against
screaming and
the,
kind of backing up.
You should be sure about that damn mirror. Okay, so roll 2d6, right?
Yep.
And what do
Stakes
I
are high on
add
this
to
one.
it?
Tough. Roll plus.
No pun intended, right?
Yeah.
Kill it, kill it, kill it.
Wait. Plus what?
Plus tough.
Plus tough. I got nothing, so it's just 2d6. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, beans.
Oh,
no.
I can't help you much here.
Helping out isn't going to help out, so you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yep, you're gonna get hurt there, Mithril.
The doppelganger, looking like a very beefy Officer Reed, as you swing in, she grabs your wrist and jerks your arm out of your socket, or not out of the socket, but like dislocates your shoulder, and you take 4 harm.
Ouch!
Holy shit!
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I got
Yeah.
an
Bad.
experience
This is
for
bad.
that.
1,
Yeah,
2,
you do. You get +1 experience.
That's
And
cool.
I
It's a
believe-
painful
I
experience.
believe you have,
harm.
you have some armor, right?
That's
Yeah, I
gonna put
do
you
have
in
some
the-
armor.
So what's your armor?
What is my armor? I had +1.
+1. So
Oh, actually, I have. Actually, it looks like it's armor 1, and then I have a +1 from goo, so that's 2.
That's right. Your armor is +2 ablative goo.
Yeah.
So the goo hardened section snaps out, so you only take 2.
Okay,
Then your armor
good.
is back to its normal +1.
Okay, so I got to
one armor.
erase. So I got to
Yeah.
erase the goo now. Goo
Yeah,
gone.
that was sort of a magical carryover benefit from before. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just
right.
found it on the thing here. All right, so we use the goo gun. All right, so now I have
All right.
2
So
harm.
am I going to be able to finish up my incantation and gestures here to go and try to?
Yes, you will be able to. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Something I always forget to do. Harm removes. So for a 0-2, you took 2 harm. So 1 harm or more. I'm going to say you're in intense pain from the dislocation of your shoulder, and it's dragging you out the door.
Oh, oh my God.
Oh,
she's all right. So
and now
well,
I'm completely. Do I still have the stake in my hand?
You dropped it. You definitely dropped it because she is tore into your arm when you. She is a lot stronger than Officer Reed looks. And as she's dragging you, she's changing into you. All right.
Remember, every time
Mal.
she changes, she loses.
I'm kind of standing there shocked. I'm trying to finish this
integrity.
up. Yeah. I'm about to go in now with my incantation.
Okay. Real quick, just to explain something. When the shapeshifter changes shape, where the image degrades, it's actually each time they go back to a different shape. So if she were to become Mithril and make a perfect copy of Mithril, and then change back into Officer Reed again, then she wouldn't be as a perfect a copy the next time. It's like a copy of
degrades.
Eventually, she's going to look like that guy from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, probably. Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, so Mal, you're going to roll me your magic.
All right, set up here. Roll some magic.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a 10.
Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
All right, so you use magic. What is the effect from the use magic that you're using?
Let me go and take a look at that. I'm pretty sure. So I'm trying to go and slow it down, like stop it. So
you've got the choices of inflict harm, enchant a magic weapon, do one thing that is beyond normal human limitation, bar a place or portal to.
I think I'm going to trap a specific person, minion, or monster. So I think I'm going to try to trap it with my magic.
So describe how your trap works.
And do be careful not to trap me in there with it, okay?
Magic lasso.
I'm thinking, since it looks like one of my effects for my magic is like lightning and stuff, I'm going to say that it's kind of like these pulsating beams of like light and energy coming up around it. None of it's hitting Mithril there. It's only on the monster itself. It's kind of like electrocuting it a bit, like pausing it in its place. Sweet. Hopefully enough to go and get Mithril out of its grip.
All right, so it looks like it's in a lot of pain. Mithril is in a lot of pain trying to drag Mithril out the door, but this energy is crackling all around it, and it lets go of the other Mithril. Now, one Mithril is like collapsed to the floor, and the other is struggling, trying to make it for the door very, very, very slowly.
Okay,
so I think at this point I'm going to call out to Joseph and Biff here, like, go get it, kill it, do something, guys.
Yeah, Joseph kind of
unsnaps
from his like freak out for a sec. I do have a question. So you said that like if he gets stabbed with a stake,
the hardwood stake, yeah.
The hardwood stake, is it like anywhere and it reveals its true form, or is it like you have to stab it in the heart?
Good question. Why don't you try one of them?
Ah,
All right.
And I'm
So
still. Is my stake anywhere near where I am? Can I be
Yeah, you're
scrambling
still-
around with my
yeah,
good
it's-
arm trying to find it?
It is a few feet away from you. You can see it. It just fell to the floor, but you've been dragged a few steps away from where you were. So
So I'm scrabbling along the floor, trying to drag myself towards
I'll
it.
tell you what. You can make me an act under pressure to grab it now.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
if we can see which one grabs it.
Well, I'm just saying. I think this is all happening simultaneously, right?
Kind of. It's like a big jumble of action.
Right.
Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, hold that thought. What is Joseph doing, and what is Biff doing? Biff's
Joseph's
still back
gonna.
there reading a magazine.
Joseph's gonna like kind of.
He's got an old porn. Okay, he's got it open. Okay, so he can see the centerfold.
Joseph is like. I mean, he was kind of like frozen a little bit because a person got his head ripped off right in front of, or like his neck ripped open like right in front of me. I had not seen that before, so that was enlightening. So I think that he's kind of snapping out of it now. So he's gonna go and like grab the stake, but he's also kind of confused as to which Mithril's which.
I think Joseph.
Or is it?
I don't think it's gotten quite to the shell game kind of situation yet. I mean, that's what she was going for, but she got trapped. So, yeah, I think at this point you haven't lost track of which one's which, but if it gets a little bit too more jumbled up, you might. So at this point.
So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to like kind of charge it, like kind of get a little more invigorated, a little more energized. So
you rush it. Are you doing like an overhead kind of?
Yeah, like
war battle cry. Okay,
yeah.
roll your kick some ass.
Oh gosh, I have -1 tough, so this should be cool.
This is going to be really interesting.
Let's see what we got.
And I get my ass beat by a creature that's not even.
That I have currently restrained.
Yeah, so basically you nailed it down for me, and it's still gonna. Oh, okay.
So 9, not bad.
And that'll do. So your stake, we didn't decide what kind of damage it does. I'm gonna say it's too messy.
Okay.
All right. Too and messy. So you stab it. That's not a super great hit. So you stab it, and it kind of goes like sinks into its shoulder, like kind of like right here, like, and almost immediately it loses its form and becomes this greenish looking, like almost like if you made a stick figure out of bubble gum, sticking it together. It's like blobby,
like a put, like silly putty.
Yeah, Gumby. Yeah,
it all of its distinctive features just melt, and it's got like these two eye slits down like the front of its face.
Ew.
It reeks of
ammonia, I'm guessing.
Like that stuff that you dig out of your ear,
Like gross.
It's pretty nasty. But a bunch of goo splatters out of its wounds, and you take 2 harm from this bubbling acid kind of burning its way through your jacket.
Okay, so I take 2 harm. So I'm kind of reeling a little bit, but
do you have you don't have any armor, right?
No.
Okay, so you take the 2 harm, and the pain of the acid causes you to lose the stake, and you slip by on some of this globula that's dripping off of it, and slide right up into the door.
Ew.
On the other side.
Now, do I land on my front or on my back?
Yeah, you do not fall. You do not fall all the way down. You just kind of like
stumble backwards a little,
kind of like stepping on a banana peel.
Okay.
And like boom up into the wall.
All right, and then the acid. Now, has the acid touched the mirror or my satchel? Because I have them.
It has not. But you're gonna have a big old hole in your shirt. Yeah.
Ouch.
So. Yeah. So, can I try to use the mirror, or
you will be able to in a second?
All right, cool.
Yes, so did the stake stay in its shoulder, or did it fall out?
The stake is still sticking out of its shoulder like an antenna. Well, I use the term shoulder loosely. It's more of a, blobby sort of appendage. Like
It's upper appendage,
a
yes.
bowl of Jello, given form. Biff, are you doing anything? Or are you still back there
Yes,
reading?
yes,
Go over the
I
magazine.
am. I am gonna do a use basic magic and do one thing that is beyond human limitations.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
What is that one thing
And
you're gonna
what I'm going to try to do is move at super speed and sweep his leg with my staff, and then thrust forward with the sharpened stick right up to under his chin.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So first off, let's do your roll magic.
Kind of a roll magic.
Good. That's why you've been kind of hanging back. You've been working this spell up.
Yes, yes, I have been.
Ooh,
As he reads the magazine.
a 9, yeah.
Magic Monthly.
Magic monthly.
Magic life. All right, so we roll a 9 there. Now can we do?
So you're gonna have a glitch.
Okay.
You're gonna pick which glitch it is. The effect is weak and the effect is short duration. You take 1 harm from the armor or from the web or from the blah 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 the magic. It draws immediate unwelcome attention or has a problematic side effect.
I would say it's short duration.
Short duration.
You have
Yeah,
invincible
because-
+2 armor. No
It's
attack
yeah, I
from
know.
move.
The Picard maneuver.
The Picard maneuver. Yeah, I mean, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him.
All right. So you dash. Actually, you describe it. How do you get across? How does it work? How do you get across the room?
Well, as he's backing out the door and dragging Mithril out the door, and then everybody else is swarming up on him, I see a chance to stick my staff between his legs and trip him, and then thrust forward with the sharpened stick.
Okay, you dash across the room, getting ready to do your sweep maneuver. I'm gonna have to actually roll that now. Oh, wait a minute. As you dash across the room, to get up underneath it, you're swinging your stick. You notice out of the corner of your eye that Mal is over in the corner, chanting, and he's kind of like grasping the air, like he's struggling to hold this thing in place.
Uh-huh.
And behind him, where's my thing? Behind him, brother Andre is stalking up quietly with a baseball bat up over his head.
Oh crap!
Oh,
This is
Oh,
gonna
no.
suck, isn't it?
All right, roll your kicks and ass.
roll to kick some ass.
Oh no!
Oh, come on. What happened?
What happened to Andre?
And you
When
put,
did-
you put your dice in the wrong
Slash in
place.
the wrong place, yeah.
Your slash needs to
Yeah.
go before the roll.
So you just like chuck that spear at Andre, so like he hits him in the head, takes him out. Before I
Oh
get to
God!
go.
If you God help you if you roll
Oh,
a 2.
God.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh.
Can I do a helping hand from here?
Somebody.
Help is
Everybody.
not going to help on a 3.
No.
Oh, you're
On
right.
the plus
Okay,
side, you
then-
get to make your original
Ah.
character
I
now.
think I
Yeah.
slipped in the jello
Yeah.
there.
well, you
Yeah,
can.
Mark-
Now you have even more experience points. You don't even have a place to check them.
Mark
So
experience. Mark
Oh.
experience, and what happens is you move so fast that you slipped on the slime, just like Joseph did, and slam bodily into the creature, knocking her out of the field, and you get stuck in it. And
Oh God!
take 2. Let's say you take 2 harm.
Okay.
And then I'm just sitting there like,
your-
oh no!
Your armor,
Well, he's got
2 armor. Yes, I know.
yeah.
Or-
Okay,
But
so you
you
just
are
take it
now-
back off.
You are now stuck, and the monster is free.
Do I take a baseball bat to the head now? Andre
I certainly tried, fellas. What the hell?
Oh dear!
Actually,
can I act under pressure to like avoid that? Like, can I try to go and see if I see it in the corner of
Well,
my
I don't
eyes?
think he's. Yeah.
he didn't signal to you in any way, shape, or form that's.
Oh, so I just don't know he's there. I'm still like now. I'm just kind of like shocked because Biff is like in like my trap, and I'm just like, what do I do now?
Actually, Biff knocked the monster out of your trap and kind of snapped the spell. and it sort of elastically snapped around him, which frees you up. Tell me, how is it that you could possibly become aware of this impending doom?
Oh,
I would.
I knew this was going to
I'm
happen
trying to
sooner or
go
later.
because there's been like a whole lot of commotion of like books and papers been tossed everywhere, like behind us or anything. Has there been any sort of destruction?
Oh,
That would
that's
indicate.
great. There is a crunch on the ground behind you.
Ooh.
Okay, so do I need to like act under pressure now to try to turn around and avoid this?
Yeah,
All right.
I think you're going to act under pressure to avoid the baseball bat.
And I'm yelling
Okay.
Andre at the same time, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay, because you're laying on the ground. Maybe you see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or I'm like, no, or something.
Yeah, so I roll. I have 0 for my cool, so that's just gonna be regular roll.
Oh my
Oh!
god! Woohoo!
Okay.
no problem. You can actually do an attack. You just like a ballerina. Just
I imagine it.
go ahead. What does it look like? Maybe you used magic. Maybe it was some kind of magical power to get away. How did it work?
I kind of just imagine in this intense situation, I don't have anything time to like use my magic. It's just gonna be like a swift, like I do a spin kick and take out his knees, and then for good measure, I'm just gonna kick him once in the side.
Yes.
Okay, roll me some kicks some ass.
In the nets.
All right.
In the nets.
All right.
Although I think you could use your magic attacks.
I was just thinking, yeah, he's still got the spell for the freeze prepped. I mean, he could have thrown his hand up and stopped that bat. You know,
I would say that spell was foiled, but I do think he could use his what's it called with the
is it blast? Like
spell? Use your base plus your side effect or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Blast, and I'll just use the lightning, so that's gonna be magic. So that's a +2 if I want to just do
Oh,
that.
you cut loose on him with lightning. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I just turn around, hands raised, and I just like straight up like yell out something really quick and just blast him away.
You give him both barrels.
Yeah, both barrels of my magic hand.
Just a little side note, guys. I only rolled 1 die 6 +2. Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, so I got an 8 on that, so
That
there's gonna
was
be
my
glitch
bad.
to my magic. You
How
gotta
did
do that, right?
Actually, no. This is a kick some ass roll. You're just using your magic as a weapon.
Oh,
right?
okay. Well, that's my bad. I'll
case,
re-roll that. I'll re-roll that. That means it's a -1 for that. So it actually ends up being bad for me instead. Never mind.
That actually is really, really nasty. And what I'm going to say happens here is that you artfully dodged away. I mean, it's almost like you had a sixth sense about this thing coming at you. You dodged the bat and you just unleashed on it with your magic, but it bounced and you ended up frying yourself.
Oh,
so,
no.
So you take what's the harm that your base does?
My base does 2 harm, and my lightning would add 1 more, so that's 3 for me.
3 harm.
I don't think I have armor. So that's like really screwed me over. I'm in pain.
You actually fall back over the countertop there, so your steam and smoke is coming off of your clothes. You're like, damn, I haven't done that since I was in magic school.
Yeah, so, I'm like,
pick his advancement too. Make sure you pick something that helps that later.
Yeah, I'm in unstable now too from that because that was 3 harm. I already had 1 harm kind of present there from the scars. I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure now I'm probably just lying there in pain. Like I don't even know what to do. I'm just.
All right. Well, actually we'll come back to that. What is Mithril doing? You are now kind of recovered from your arm still hurts like hell.
It's pretty useless, right? Because it's been dislocated.
Yeah, you've got lots of training. I think you can focus on things and use your offhand.
Right.
You hurt like hell, but you'll feel it later.
Oh yeah. Well, so where is everybody? Joseph is wobbling by the door on the banana.
Well, no, he's recovering from the shock of hitting the door, so he'll be back to himself in just a second.
Biff was trapped, but is not.
Biff is still trapped momentarily. The
Oh.
spell snapped around him and has got him sort of held in place. But the magic
could
of it
break
has been
apart here
released, so
soon.
he'll probably
Yeah,
be free here in another second or two too.
Okay, where is the gooey monster?
The gooey monster is about half a foot away from you and is charging at Joseph.
Is it still
Or
gooey?
rather charging at the door. Joseph just happens to be in the way.
And where's my stake?
Your stake is on the ground right beside you.
All right, so I'm going to have to do
You
the
were crawling to it earlier.
actually I have my blessed knife. Is that it? Where's that?
That is actually that's still on the table with all your other stuff. Probably
And
right
how
beside
far
your
away is that?
2 foot.
Inside. Oh.
It's all that stuff is you, Joseph, and Biff and the blobby monster are all within a few feet of each other. It's like right in the foyer area there. Need to start using Roll20 so we can have tactical maps.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
We're trying to do that for next session.
Okay, hold on a second here.
Okay, while you're trying to decide what you're doing, Biff, you were able to break free of the enchantment. Feeling a little bit. How are you feeling?
Pretty.
Okay, Joseph, what are you doing?
Okay, so this thing's charging right at me, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna reach into my satchel and pull out the mirror and just like flash it.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay.
Was that a roll for that, or is that just kind of?
No. I'm not even going to make you roll because it's charging at you. You pull out the mirror and show it to it, and it stops in its tracks, and it's almost hardens. It's like it was like a waxy kind of.
Earwax candle. All right.
The surface of its skin starts to crack like a desert.
Oh.
All right, I'm going for my my knife. Okay.
Yeah, I just yelled like now.
Yeah, I'm going for my knife, which is now a sword, and I'm going to chop its head off.
Oh, I like it. Okay, roll me some kicks in there.
So I took
Kill it.
works. What do I add to that, if anything?
Plus tough.
Tough? Yeah,
So
I don't have any
plus
tough.
1.
Okay. Please. Yay.
Nice. You both do damage. So what's your knife do? What's your sword do?
Let's see, where is it here? Well, okay, and then I'm gonna it does
I don't think you have it on your
it does 1 harm. But then I've also got my ancient fighting arts. Okay, and I think that actually adds to it.
Your ancient fighting arts, if I remember correctly, that is.
If I could just find it here, where'd it go?
All these things memorized.
Have we done any damage to this thing yet at all?
Okay, with using an old-fashioned hand weapon, you
Yeah.
inflict +1 harm and get +1 whenever you roll protect someone. So I guess I got 2 harm.
2 harm magic, and how many harms have got left? You slice through its neck.
Okay, go on. Yes.
And
I did?
its head comes clean off, but it's not. It doesn't fall down. It shrieks from a ragged hole in its chest that billows out. Gooey splots comes out. Mao. Mao is now swinging a baseball bat down at your head. You're laying flat, and you yourself are now trying to brain you with a bat.
Oh crap! Myself is gonna kill me. Oh man.
It's an interesting way to commit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know because I still kind of like, have I come out of the
You're
I gave myself?
You're just laying prone on your back. Yeah, you're in a bit of pain, but you're a hunter. You're tough. You can suck it up.
Okay. I'm not sure what to go and do here. Should I go and just try to like roll away from that as the swing comes down? Because I don't know if I can try to go and fight back within the state.
You got two choices. You can try to avoid the attack, or you can try to dish out some damage and suck it up. Your choice.
Since trying to attack earlier got me screwed over, I think I'm just gonna go in and try to like act under pressure and avoid that swing, like roll out of the way, dodge as it comes down.
Okay. You're gonna try to evade, so give me a act under pressure.
Cool. A 9.
Okay.
Actually, I forget what the mixed result is on that. Hold on a second. Act under pressure, mixed result.
Plus what?
Oh, you're gonna give me a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay for.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you can avoid any damage by ducking under the desk, but you will be unable to axe. No, that's not really a good hard choice. I just simply wasn't prepared for that result. You can escape the damage, but you're going to leave some of your magical implements that allow you to focus your magic because you don't have time to collect all your stuff from when you fell down. So you will not be able to use. I believe you have foci as one of your things for using your magic.
Yes, foci is one of mine.
So your foci, which I believe is, I don't know, what is your foci? A necklace, a wand?
Isn't it his?
I
Isn't it that
I've been
knife?
using my hands. I think it's some kind of. I don't think it's a knife. I want to say that there's some sort of medallion around my neck because I've been using my hands, but I have like a medallion that helps me do that. And I'm gonna say within that confusion, it kind of rolled up over my head and was lying there on the floor. So as that swing comes down,
he's got a magic compass powered by a fire gem.
That's right. And
and
it's hanging on a chain around your neck. And I'm going to say that it actually broke when you went over the desk and you scramble away. You don't have time to grab it. So it is out of your reach.
Okay. So now I'm just kind of left with my knife.
Yeah, with your knife, or I think you can tough it out without it. I think you're at negative rolls to use your magic attacks without it. But yeah, you're able to escape. The bat comes screaming down and shatters a big heavy wooden chair right where your head was.
Great. So now I'm like facing down myself.
Yeah. Joseph, what are you doing?
Well, so I've got this thing. It's still like hardened and like headless, right?
Right.
All right.
So what part of it is seeing the mirror now?
If it's headless,
it's all eye.
It's all seeing.
It's all seeing. Okay, so the entire blob is the eye. Okay.
Well, it's like how I guess it would be kind of like how microorganisms kind of detect chemical things. I guess it would be kind of like that, but with light, maybe.
So it just senses it, just because it's in its presence, it's affecting it.
Well, you don't really need to be able to see to scream in agony and spit,
well, I'm just wondering whether or not the mirror is still having any effect now that we've cut its head off.
You have now hunters enough to know that you have now officially used the weakness on this thing. You can kill it at this point.
Okay,
it's not dead yet.
Joseph's
oddly enough, its head off did not kill it.
Joseph still has his pistol. He put the sword down, but he still has his pistol.
I like it.
So he's gonna pull out his pistol and I think just empty the chain, or maybe not empty, but like fire off like maybe 2 or 3 shots into this thing.
You are far enough back, and it is defenseless enough that I'm just going to allow you to deal damage. How much damage does your revolver do?
I know it's like a typical like snub-nosed revolver. It's not like a Magnum or anything. Let me see. Let me check the thing real quick. Haven gear notes. Okay, 2 harm, close, reload loud.
Okay, so blam, blam, blam. I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll me an act under pressure to avoid hitting Mithril, who's on the opposite side of the thing?
Okay, and
Yeah.
because I've read about this sort of thing, I can use. Okay. Roll 2d6.
The bookworm with the shotgun. Look out.
It's a snub nose at this point, but let's see. That's a 7.
7.
Ta-da.
That's good enough. I'm going to say you do not hit her with that, even though I'm supposed to give you a hard choice or something like that or a worse outcome. I'm going to say you sufficiently are able to blast this thing, and big chunks of it just start falling off, and then it almost powders and falls to the floor, and almost like I don't even know how to describe this. It's like a solid, and then it just becomes powdered and just dumps
like
to the floor.
When sand kind of clumps up a little bit and you just kind of like crush it in your fingers and just kind of like powder. Yeah. Okay.
Almost like drywall that just dust.
Like
and it falls to the floor, and there is a red beating heart laying on this pile of stuff that beats for about 3 beats, stops, turns black, and just disintegrates.
Whoa.
Metal.
Ooh. Well, now maybe you guys can focus your attention on the other.
Yeah, I heard the crash.
Me.
Joseph, I think, heard the crash, but he didn't really want to deal with the fact that his precious like home / library is being meddled with.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm just like a bit of confusion. Blood's coming from like the corner of my lip, and I'm just like, oh, no, this is a horrible.
So Joseph still got the mirror. Okay, so I'm just like, Joseph, mirror.
The Mal that is standing, holding a baseball bat, sees what just happened and snarls. It's like, you! And he charges across the room.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Like he's gonna
spike within reach. So.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
I'm saying it's got 2 spikes within reach now because the first one fell and the second one should be. So while he's charging, I'm gonna swoop and grab one of those to try to stab him.
All right. So you can make me kick some ass on him as he goes by.
I don't get to add anything to that, right?
It's plus tough.
Yeah, that's right. I don't get to add anything to that. Because that mirror is no good without the stake in him.
Gotta stake him first.
Oh, God. I'm going to slip in the goo.
No, you got up to him, and he just brings the bat around and cracks you upside the head with it.
Oh, God. Oh, that's going to hurt.
I'm going to make you take 2 harm.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have, you don't have armor on your head, do you?
No, I don't think so. Just my hard head.
However, you have a nice bruise and some lacerations now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say that you get no armor defense because it hits you in the head. I'm going to have you make me an act under pressure this time just to keep consciousness.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go. And that you have to add what to? Cool?
Cool, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Where's my Discord go? So /roll 2d6 -1.
Ouch. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Nice!
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
So you're awake.
I'm awake.
Stayed awake.
You're awake, but welcome to the Unstable Club.
You're barely phased. I mean, maybe the dislocated shoulder toughened you up enough. But yeah, you're in no problem. You can actually can act again if you want. But Joseph gets to go first. What's Joseph doing?
Okay.
So did this thing actually get stabbed or no?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah,
All right.
she got up to hit it, and it connected with her before she got a chance to.
Okay. I guess then Joseph will attempt to stab or
Yeah, you have a stick still. You have a stake too.
It's on the ground, like in that pile of
Oh,
dust,
that's right.
You
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
grab it and then like try to shove it forward into him as he runs at you.
I'll tell you what. You guys go to bed. Yeah. All right. Go to bed. See you tomorrow. We'll have more story tomorrow. Okay. They've been listening
Night, guys.
listening to the incarnations of immortality, and they're dying for the next chapter, but they're gonna have to wait. So I'm gonna say act under pressure to go get the stake and avoid the baseball bat while doing it.
Okay. I guess I shall do that.
At least it's not Lucille.
That's- You have a +1 for that, so hopefully.
Yeah, +3 actually.
That's
Is it a
right.
+3?
You've got.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have not man with the plan. I've
you have
read
the
about
one
this
that
sort
makes
of
it
thing.
sharp instead of cool to
Oh,
roll
you
for
know
that.
what? My act under
Yeah.
pressure is supposed to be sharp now too, because I took his. I read about this sort of thing as my extra thing.
Yeah. Well,
Remember
Go-
that for next time. Now I remember what that means.
That's a 10.
Oh, yes.
so
Way to go.
describe your maneuver of getting from where you are to where the stake is.
Okay.
'Cause that
And is Mithril like in front of me or?
I'd say she's between you and the other Mal.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of like, I guess kind of like stumble back a little and just kind of like feel around for it, like patting the ground, and then like grab it and then get up and run at this thing.
Okay, so you are able to make that maneuver, pick up the stake, and you're running at it. Biff, what are you doing?
I'm going to take a slash.
Slash with your staff or with the
Well, I want to use a little bit of magic and slash with the staff. Yeah. So what I want to do is
well, if you want to actually get your stab in now, I'd say just make your stab. I'd do a
all
kick
right.
some ass.
Let's
If you want to enchant it or use magic, we can do that.
let's just take a stab at him.
Or what weapon are you using?
I'm going to use the blade end of my staff.
Because you were actually behind it.
Yeah.
It's facing
I'm gonna
Mithril. And by the way, Mal, you are kind of able to get out from behind there now. So if you can either go get your pendant because it's now unguarded, or you can do something else. So think about what you're doing.
All right,
I
yeah.
might just try to
Here
go
goes my
blast this
roll.
thing.
Bam! Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Ooh. Nice.
I made up for that last time.
What's your damage you do?
I rolled a 12 and damage. I don't know.
Well, let's look at your sheet
My
here.
staff here.
Staff of demonic hatred thing. I think it's
+1 harm. Oh wait, elemental weapon, earth. I don't know what you're. Yeah.
it is staff. It's 1 harm, hand close, magic, blade +1 harm. So it's 2 harm, magic, and that actually counts as one of its weaknesses. So you slice off 2 harm on it, and a chunk of Mal flies off and turns into powder.
Sorry, Mal.
I'm kind of shocked at the image of my own arm coming off, so I'm kind of just like.
Again, the thing screams in rage. It's not significantly weakened yet.
Oh my. Let's keep going, fellas.
I might try to go in here and just blast it with some magic. So since I don't have foci, I'm going to do 1 less harm than I can with my magic, but I'll just go in and try. So I'm going to go and roll some weird to use my magic.
Looks like if it goes off correctly, because you have a base.
I'm basically just going to try to build up a big ball of energy with my incantations and gestures here, and I'm just going to launch it at it, hopefully to go and kind of like knock it to the ground or something, or maybe just disrupt it more to like weaken it.
So it's force energy.
Yeah, it's kind of like this lightning energy, like a big ball of light and stuff, and it's just going to go and blast right into this if I can do it right.
All right, okay. Make me some kick some ass.
I sure hope I'm not in the way of
Might I
this
kick
thing.
ass or roll magic for that?
When you're using your attack magic, it's kick some ass.
Okay.
So,
that's
so your magic is really just a weapon, for your kicks and ass roll.
Bam.
Oh, it's 10. Thank God.
Nice.
Woo, okay, so hopefully that just goes to. Do I add an effect to that now, or no? That's just kick some ass. I don't have any consequences at least.
Plus your effect gives you what was your base in your effect?
So my base was 2 harm. It was a blast, and then I have lightning energy that adds 1 harm. I'm gonna have to lose 1 harm to that though, so it's only gonna be 2 harm because I don't have my foci to do it. But then I get an extra effect because I
roll plus 10.
Got that 10. So I'm gonna go and inflict some terrible harm to it.
Oh, so 3 harm altogether?
Yes, please.
Yeah, 3 harm altogether.
You burn a hole right through its chest from its back and out.
Yeah.
Please tell me it hit the heart.
You can actually see that beating heart hanging down in the open hole, in its chest, beating in there.
All right, I'm going for that thing with my blessed dagger.
Take him out, Mithril. Yeah. Take him out.
Go in.
Lunge.
Tear that bitch apart.
Please, please, please. Cross fingers.
Oh, yeah. That'll work.
All right. That's you deal some damage to each other. So,
well, I stabbed the heart with my blessed dagger, which it's which will harm it.
You're stabbing at its heart. I don't think you've done enough damage yet to completely kill it, but you've definitely severely weakened it. You're doing another 2 harm to it?
Yes.
Okay, and this was a 9.
Got it on his heels. It's on his heels now, though, guys.
Definitely severely weakened at this point. It's still extremely pissed off, and because you did a kick some ass and you're in range of its attack, you're going to take another 2 damage.
Oh man!
It swings the bat back around and connects with you square in the torso.
That's
I have armor.
Yep.
It's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
1 less harm.
That's 1 less harm.
All right.
So I'm 2 from whatever dead. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
How many total have you taken?
I've got 5 right now.
You got 5 total, so you're unstable. Yeah, you're. You're going to need medical
help with some medical magic.
Not got this thing against the ropes. So
we also have an infirmary too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we might need to go back down there.
Right, but we can't really do that right in the middle here.
Yeah, after we kill this thing, we need to head on back down to the infirmary.
Yeah.
Mithril and I are pretty banged up at the end of this battle.
All right.
Can you flash the mirror at it, Joseph? Do you still have that?
Yeah, so it's been stabbed though, right?
I don't know.
Multiple times. Yeah.
I don't think it has the heartwood in it though. Nobody's hit it with that.
Nobody's hit it with it. You're still using one of the weaknesses.
I mean, I stabbed it with my sword because I already had that in my hand.
I did. Yeah, I picked it up and I started charging at it. So I guess I'll just follow through with that.
Okay, getting stake.
Yeah.
Stake.
It's a pretty high stakes roll here.
Yes, please. Come on. Kill it.
2d6 minus 1. Oh, please. Oh, please.
7.
So it's going to deal damage. I think we said it was 2 messy.
Yeah, I believe you.
Did I give myself experience for that?
Okay, so the stake, you stab it right in the gut, just below the ragged hole with the beating heart in it. You stab right up into its gut, and its mallish features instantly melt into a blobby, slimy, yellow green thing that you saw before with the slits in it for its eyes and whatever, and it backhands you with its free hand. It does 2 harm.
That's one heck of a backhand right there.
Oh God, yeah.
It felt like you got hit with a tree trunk.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I've kind of fallen over because I just got smacked up.
Where's the mirror at this point?
It's still on my person, but
yeah. All right. I believe Mithril.
Oh, I can still act as even though I'm unstable.
Unstable just means I can deal additional damage to you anytime I feel like it.
While you're
So-
crawling away.
Can you try to like run in and grab the mirror from Joseph?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do is grab the mirror.
All right, so you grab the
I'm
mirror.
actually he's down, right? So I'm falling down too, and I'm gonna
Oh,
grab
yeah.
the mirror as I go.
Yeah, okay. I'll say you can actually get the mirror from him, and
You kind of face it towards the creature from
but
below.
I'm trying to decide if it's looking at you because it was looking at Joseph. Yeah, I think.
I've got my sword in its heart. I think it'd be paying attention to
Okay,
me.
I think you got its attention. It sees the mirror, screams in rage, and again, just like the other one did, it dries out and its skin cracks like a dried lake bed, and it's barely holding together at this point.
Okay, it's one of those two guys that are still moving.
Yeah.
Get him.
Now you're
How about
actually
Biff,
no,
since he's just kind of been standing back?
Biff.
I mean,
Because Joseph and I are down here on the ground. We're pretty much down and out.
Yeah, I think I just.
Where's everybody's sharpened stick? I mean,
okay, it's been stick.
I think I still have mine on me. I can maybe like
It's
try to
been
have yours on
stabbed
me.
and mirrored.
I still have mine.
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna.
it's weak
I'm gonna-
to all weapons. Sorry.
Dude,
Yeah, honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lunge. I gotta take a lunge with the stick and try to finish him off.
I was gonna say your staff
please
is probably
do.
useful right now too, or zap him.
Yeah, anything can.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That's about all we got left, right?
want to just go in and like tag team it? You and I will both
Yeah,
come
because
in.
he's vulnerable to mundane weapons right now.
I guess I could just run in with my dagger, so like Biff and I can both run in and take this thing out.
I like it. So,
Oop! I hit it. At least something.
yep, that's a 7. So that's a kick some ass. You both take some damage. Biff, you're gonna take 2 harm, and your weapon does 2, right? Or
Okay.
3? Was it
Well,
3?
It's +3, yeah.
Or so-
Devastating and
Oh yeah, the devastation. So it's 3, and that actually did it. It flies apart into powder. The little heart falls on the floor, stops beating, turns black, and disintegrates.
And I'm just kind of like I sit down then, like my dagger against the stand, like the desk, and I'm like, thank God.
that was pretty wicked.
Yeah, I think I think 3 people are unstable right now.
Yeah, we are not doing too hot. This
Well,
has
how
been pretty
many
bad.
harm
Yeah,
did Officer Leo take?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, we have another
kinda, like,
problem.
look
There's
over.
a dead cop at our doorstep, and the attackers have disintegrated into nothingness.
Meanwhile, there's
And
another
here we
car on its
are.
way.
With another car on its way. Yeah.
Aw.
Shit.
Let's go to the
Quick,
basement, quick.
Yeah, let's
The
get the
bodies.
body to the basement. Let's go.
Wait,
Alright.
if you're. Yeah. Okay, so let's patch each other up. How are we going to explain this to the cops, though?
I don't know.
'Cause
Anybody got a broom?
They are going to shoot us. the
Okay, so
second
they turned into dust. How are you going to explain dust?
Are you
Yeah.
gonna leave Officer Reed's body laying there in the library
I
floor?
think we need to move that to the basement. We need to move
Yeah.
Reed down to the basement.
There's
Now
just going to be a trail of blood leading to the basement.
And what about his radio? I mean, it's just probably his radio is probably like, Leo, Reed, come in.
I kind of look at Mal as like, could you like use his body sort of as like a puppet using your magic?
Well, it's gonna be really
Wait,
hard.
you're awfully imaginative for somebody who just found out about this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know the limitations of magic, so
I
maybe
mean, I
I'm, like,
could, but the problem is he's got the big old like missing chunk of throat. Like, if it was something a bit smaller, like a stab wound that killed him, maybe because I could hide that. But he's missing
It
like
looks
a
like a
lot.
Wolverine went at him.
Yeah, something just. So, I mean, if you want me to try, I can, but I don't think the cops are going to react well to that.
You're right. We've got to protect our anonymity here, and
not get arrested for murdering a cop in cold
let's
blood.
just go. Let's bury him in the basement like any serial killer would, and get it over with.
Puts
Well,
the lotion
I'm
in the
like moaning,
basket.
going, "Oh, where is a shop vac when we need one?"
What's a wait? Did they have shop vacs in the 50s?
No, they didn't. Okay.
Well, they
So
didn't
kinda
have, in the bonuses, they didn't have luminol either, so we're good.
Shred.
Let's see.
Joseph, you got like a mop somewhere?
Yeah, I got a mop.
Let's pick up the
Wait,
body
well,
and I'll just try
remember,
to mop
okay,
it up.
how long is it going to take me to heal from 5 harm? What has to be done?
Well, first off, if you can get down to the infirmary, you can turn the unstable into stable with a minimal effort. And I believe you can. Hold on, check. I think you can heal one arm right away.
Just by getting to the infirmary?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I have an idea. For the body.
I
So I do have a panic room.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we could hide the body in the panic room, at least until the cops leave.
Wait, seriously, they had panic rooms in the 50s?
Well, it's a modified bomb shelter.
Do you not know the Cold War? Yeah, because the Soviets.
Well, wait, I
at
don't.
any moment.
For me,
I
think
kinda-
when I think panic room, I think of, Jodie Foster and Panic, the movie, but
So they had like it's a bomb shelter that I think the Priori actually like modified without my knowledge.
yeah, that's
So
right.
it's got a lot of like charms around it to kind of keep monsters out, but it also is a bomb shelter, and they wouldn't really expect to find a body in a. I mean, they wouldn't expect to find a body in a bomb shelter.
They wouldn't even be able to find the bomb shelter. Your sanctum is protected.
Yeah, we could put like a bookcase in front of it too.
Yeah, no one can find access to
Well,
that.
if it's charmed and everything, that means it might help me heal faster too, since especially it was done from the Priory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like first aid stuff too. Yeah. I mean, it is still like an active bomb shelter because it is the like early 50s.
So, okay, so me and Leo will go in there, and I'm gonna collapse. What
Can I
happened to
go in there with
Andre?
you? Because I'm not human. Well, Andre tried to go and like kill me with a baseball bat. So
No,
I
I
don't
meant
know
the
what happened.
real
Oh, the
Andre.
real one? Well,
Yeah.
where was he in between
was-
that? Because like,
He was loading up the truck.
oh crap, is he outside then somewhere?
I don't know. I don't know what happens to the. I mean, do these doppelgangers like absorb the people or kill
They
them,
rip their
or
skin off.
I mean, is he still around?
It has to do something, right? Because it's able to go and like so quickly go and change. Well, I mean, like it changed into me, and it didn't kill me. So
Right.
maybe
Well, I
Andre's
thought
like
that-
knocked out somewhere.
I mean, at the beginning of this, it's like skinned the guy.
Yeah, and then
remember?
it would wear your skin kind of like an Egger suit, like from
Did
Men
it,
in
like-
Black.
Yeah,
It-
but
that's
it doesn't obviously doesn't have to do that. So we don't know why it did that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, from the lore that you've been able to determine, you can probably guess that if it can, eat the skin, the brain, and the heart, it can get a much more stable form of the person. It can get its memories and be able to simulate its voice and things better.
Oh,
Oh,
did it
so-
get
so
did
these
it
ones
get
are just-
Smith's brain?
But if it can see you, it can make a reasonable facsimile.
So
Those
it
are
could have
like,
just.
minor details, like a skew, like the eyes or something on those ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Hiram's body was missing his brain, heart, and tongue,
Yeah.
in addition to his skin.
It could So if it's just so it could just have been watching Andre do whatever and then just transform and sneak in.
So
I mean,
Andre
it
could
sounded like
still be
Andre,
out
though,
there.
didn't it?
He's just waiting in this waiting in the van, just like, what is taking them so long?
He's out in the van having a cigarette.
Yeah, listen to the radio.
You hasn't heard any of the commotion.
But what if Joseph turned out to be H.H. Holmes and like his little rooms, secret
murder
rooms,
hotel
and
is
murder
really
hotel?
no,
The
Exactly.
murder library.
Yeah.
Turning a profit just by showing a real anatomy.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
And that's what H.H. Holmes did. He sold his bodies to the medical college.
Yes.
The most
Sure
likely,
did. Let's
the
get.
most likely. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The most likely point where Andre got replaced was in the beginning of the adventure when you guys sent him out to investigate around the perimeter, and he came back and he had found the dumpster full of those bodies.
Oh, so he's
been
been
gone
gone.
for a while.
He's-
Wow.
So he could have been one of the bodies.
Didn't?
He
Oh.
was one of the bodies.
Oh.
I was gonna say it sounded a lot like Andre, so I think Andre is kind of long gone now at
Yeah.
this rate.
Oh,
so,
he was definitely pulling off a perfect Andre because he followed you guys around. He was trying to set you up, but didn't look like it was going to go his way.
It's a good thing he's dead because he knew all of the secrets of the priori as well.
Oh yeah, crap. That sucks.
Yeah, when you killed his mate or the doppelganger, when you killed his mate, he lost his shit. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was clear.
So
all right, so
it was Andre probably then that ate the husband or the boyfriend.
Or it just ate both of them and then disguised itself as the girl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the kid
no,
could have
yeah.
been. Then maybe the kid, the child, was it
Oh,
Michael
Johnny.
Smith, Johnny, whatever.
child. Well, how much you guys? Let's kind of wrap it because it's already 11:30 and that's our
Yeah.
wrap up time. So let's I'll give you a little background. Let's just say Mal uses his magic to observe another time and space, and you're able to figure these things out. Just to kind of
Okay,
put a
so I
bow
just
on.
Like a
Yeah, 'cause I
divination.
want to put a bow
Yeah.
on this mystery and start the next one next week or in 2 weeks because I have a whole. I'm really excited about my next monster. So.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, works.
Anyway, so Mal is able. First off, you guys are able to get down to the infirmary and get healed up a little bit. You
I gotta
know,
go and stabilize the wounds at least.
stabilize the wounds, and everybody can mark off one harm. And actually, at the start of next adventure, you're all going to start full health. So we'll take some time. There'll be some downtime between this adventure and that adventure. But I do have one important question. Actually, let me ask that question now before we get off on the what the is that happened here, right? So, how are you dealing with Officer Reed's body and the mess that's up in the library with the police on the way?
We're gonna mop it up
Can you, like,
and kind of very hurriedly throw the chair bits into the trash can.
I have a
clean up the
picture of
books.
Mal using some Fantasia-like magic to.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I
That's
have,
what
I was
I have the
thinking
mop
of,
like
yeah.
mopping up by itself and like the bucket. So I'm like over there, like quickly trying to go and do this. I can imagine Biff's like picking up all the chair pieces and quickly like throwing them outside into the dumpster.
I'm gonna bury him. Yeah, we're gonna go out back and bury him.
Well, you don't really need to bury the chair bits. They're just kind of.
I was gonna go bury Reed apparently in the back.
Yeah,
Oh.
plus the library's in downtown, so I don't think there's like a back that you can go.
Oh,
out.
Crap!
There's like a
Biff, just
small
go throw 'em in
yard,
the
but
panic room.
dumpster.
yeah, we'll just throw him in the panic room, and then we can decide. We can burn him or something later.
Yeah, I can just use some magic and like dispose of the body or something. It can't be that hard.
Right,
So
so
we're basically gonna hide what's happened here.
We're not going to talk about what happened to Reed. What happened in the
No.
library stays in the library.
Okay.
But still, he called that other guy. Okay, he's got another car coming to pick us all up.
That's okay.
We can go and
So-
tell them that they went ahead and that they're probably not going to buy that.
No.
You could charm him. Could you? I don't know how. I mean,
don't know
I'm not quite sure how
how
magic
it is.
works, but I mean,
Well,
I mean,
Biff has no charm. I have 1 charm. You have 0 charm.
no, I meant
The dead
magic,
guy had 2 charm.
Oh, he means like I can just go and magic my way out of this and
Yeah.
kind of
It's like-
Jedi. Well, not Jedi.
He's
mind
got a
trick.
mind trick. Yeah, he needs to
Well, I don't
Obi-Wan
the
him.
officer you're looking for.
What mind trick exactly? What's a Jedi?
You'll figure that out when the 70s come around. Don't.
I'm sorry. The what now? Wait. Hold on. Who? Where are you people from? Or when? You guys keep using these really weird terms.
Yeah, right.
Well,
we're from Europe.
Yeah.
I totally like to imagine that Mal has just he's figured it out, but he's
What
just
do
gonna
you-
keep quiet about it to screw with Joseph or
Once
something.
you figures out when Superman dies a couple times. Yeah.
He does what?
Yeah.
He can't be killed. He's made of steel.
Right.
Man of steel. What are you? Are you guys from the future?
He doesn't understand that.
Okay, I do understand Twilight Zone.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
would
guess he
understand Twilight
would.
Zone.
Yeah.
No, the Twilight Zone wasn't until the 60s, so even that.
Ah,
went over his
shoot.
head.
Damn.
All right, so you guys are going to hide the body. What about the police car out front?
Oh, just leave it? I don't know. What do you want?
I mean,
Pretend
we
we're not
could.
home.
Well, I gotta have to be here because I have to because it is the library.
Plus you're kind
We
of
need
wounded
to
too.
move it. We need to move it to a different location. Just move it.
I could go burn down some abandoned building to maybe hope it'll get the cops out of here for a bit.
Oh, you want to get elaborate and like create a fake thing for the cops to come, and then we go dump the car somewhere else, maybe.
I'm thinking, like, is that unreasonable to assume? Like, we try to go and like divert cop attention, so maybe we can get out of here after a little bit.
Why not?
You guys do have
We could.
You guys do have Officer Reed's radio.
Yeah,
Could I
we
use
could
a little bit
radio.
of magic to maybe imitate Reed's voice? Like, not
To
perfect.
do one
but,
thing
like,
that is beyond human limitation.
yes, I could do
I'm gonna
that.
try that. I can do that too. So.
Okay, you try it. If it doesn't work for you, I'll try it.
Well,
Right.
crap.
Why don't you make me a
All right.
roll? Use magic roll. Who's going to do it?
I'll do it because I have. We both have about the. Do we have about the same magic?
I think you got more than I do.
Who's got the higher
Mine's
weird?
basic. Higher weird.
I do. So I'll just.
Who's
go
weird?
Yeah, I got 0 weird.
I've got 2 weird.
I've got 1 weird, but I don't really know how to use magic.
I'll do it.
All right, so what's the plan? We're going to radio in something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and call in as Reed and say that there's been. What would be convincing? A bank robbery on the
let's-
other end of town.
There you go, a bank robbery. Yeah.
Joseph, is there a bank on the other side? Like, what is on the other side of town, like far away from the library? I can go and try to send
Well,
cops.
there's a
How about a bunch of cattle slaying?
there's a jewelry
at the
store.
Stockyard.
Oh,
There's
That's perfect.
there's
I was gonna say that there's a jewelry rock.
Jansen's jewelry.
Well,
gonna go
you
see
need to come up with something that will explain his disappearance.
Yeah, the cattle lady.
Anyhow,
We could say that he skipped town, just had a break, like a mental break. That's a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
You're going to imitate him saying, in his voice saying that he's skipping town?
Or, make it we could make it a suicide. We could say that he doesn't have anything to live for, and then there's a river in Madison, right?
Yep, the Ohio River.
You could just drive that car straight into the river.
well, we still gotta get rid of the cop outside.
Well, yeah.
But that's what we would radio, saying
Put
like,
the
I
body-
don't have.
You put the body in the car, yeah.
All right, so that's our plan here. We're gonna go and drive that car off into the
We're
river.
horrible. Man, this is terrible.
This is the price we gotta pay to not end up in the slammer.
Yeah.
It's only the 15.
Well, you guys got to remember, you probably got
There's
about
no
15
DNA.
minutes.
There's barely
Yeah,
fingerprints.
15 minutes. Okay.
Because the radio, then there was your battle probably lasted like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Chaotic
maybe
5 minutes. That lasted
at
like
yeah,
30
at most you got 15 minutes before the other
So,
officers get here.
Officers
And we're all fucked up.
So you better
messed up.
head them off and give them a reason not to come.
Say there's a fire at or a break-in at the jewelry.
Oh,
At
that's
the
it.
jewelry store.
That's it. That's
Okay.
even better. We can light him up in a building and burn the place down with his body in it.
Well, maybe we should just make like a
Arson.
Well, maybe we should do like let's say that the jewelry store is getting knocked over right now. It's a pretty small
Yeah.
town. There's
We'll
not
go
a
and do
whole
that, and then we'll just go and throw Reed's body into the.
the Ohio or
How are you going to explain his sliced throat?
Hopefully, they don't find the car for a while.
light the car
I mean,
on
it's-
fire, throw it in, disintegrate his body a little bit.
yeah.
just a little.
Wait, none of us would make very good.
The bank robbers had flamethrowers. What can I say?
Do we have another
It was a
vehicle?
common
we can-
weapon in World War II.
Like there was-
Very common.
Hmm.
I think we should just let's just get the cop out of here, and then we can talk about the specifics.
All right, I'm gonna go and radio in that call that the jewelry store is being robbed in Officer
Okay.
Reed's voice. So I'll roll magic for that.
Okay.
to Go beyond communication.
God, we're gonna go to hell.
Well, you all are doing magic and stuff.
I got an 8. So
Okay, that's
I'm
pretty
gonna-
good.
It's going to have a glitch. Pick your glitch.
Yeah.
Cough violently.
You're gonna grow a tail.
Stub your toe and say like a curse in your own voice.
I'm gonna say that it has a short duration, so I can't go and talk too long on the radio.
Okay,
Like,
so you need a short message give me a very short message to indicate that you're going somewhere else.
Okay. So I think the message is gonna be, this is Officer Reed. Shots have been reported at what's the name of the store?
Jansen's Jewelry.
Jansen's Jewelry. I repeat, all officers are needed. Backup is required.
What? Who reported?
Yeah, that's it.
Reed.
Reed, who reported the shots? Dispatch doesn't have anything.
That's it. Game over.
Janice reported
Janice? Janice? Who's Janice?
All right, you cut it out.
Yeah.
All right, so make me manipulate somebody to convince him.
Oh man. What's my manipulate? It's charm. I have one charm, so hopefully this can go good.
Oh yeah. That's all you need is one. You need a 7 or better.
Oh no.
Not good.
Next mystery, we're escaping the jail.
Jailbreak. Oh.
It's not horrible.
So he's not buying it.
He's not buying. He's not buying it all. I was like, Reed, I'll meet you at the library. We're on our way.
At that point, I just chuck the radio against the wall and I say, guys, I'm just going to need to open up a portal to somewhere else with my magic, and we need to get out of here.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I didn't know that was an option. All right.
What do you think we're in the 50s?
That would be big magic. I don't know if you'd have time to do that.
Well, wait. No, I can bar a place or portal to a specific person. Oh, no, it's a specific person. I can't do that.
We go to Indianapolis?
Maybe we just need to hit the road.
Where the priory is?
Yeah, I think we need to involve the priory here. Get out.
Can I go and teleport to a specific?
That's okay.
That would be big magic. Yes, you could probably pull that off, but you're not going to pull it off in an instant.
Yeah, it might take too long. Do we want to just do we have a vehicle at the ready right now?
Well, we still have the bread van out back.
You have the bread van, and you now have a police car.
We might need to take both of those. We cleaned this place up, right? It doesn't look like any sort of struggle.
Yeah, you Fantasia'd the hell out of that.
Okay, so I say, here's the plan. We're going to go and take both those vehicles. We'll get out of town, dispatch the Reed's cop car into the river, and then go and get to the Priory? The
Priory.
Let's move along.
All right. So you guys are all heading for Indianapolis.
Yes,
that's basically our plan right now.
I like it. Okay, so you guys have driven the car into the river, and then you all headed into Indianapolis. Joseph, are you taking anything with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the sword and shotgun, obviously, because they're my weapons.
What about the mirror?
Are we gonna be coming back at all, or what's the plan here?
Well, it doesn't seem like it.
That's really debatable.
Game over in this town.
I lost my haven?
Potentially, if this is the way you guys want to go with this.
Guys, wait.
Well, you might end up with a new one eventually, but yeah.
I'm kind of just sitting there looking at Joseph like, dude, listen here. Man, you gotta listen. We
can always wait it out and shoot it out with the cops if you want.
We do not want to end this like Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay. I guess. I guess he takes some books. I guess the mirror, because it was helpful. He doesn't really have much else, really. I mean, I guess some personal effects, but yeah,
so
I guess
grab all that and throw it in the van.
Yeah, just some
money.
I mean, he has his wallet on him. I guess some money.
You're all going on the lam.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna put a pin in it right there. I will tell you a little bit about what happened here. Also, you still have a one more doppelganger pinned down at the farm.
Yeah, maybe that's where we need to go.
So on your way out of town, you stop by and take care of that little tidbit.
Just put a bullet in brain pan.
That would be easy because you got her bound. So there were 3 of them. The dad, mom, and the little boy were taken over. When you guys went to investigate the heating and air conditioning place, that's when what's his name?
Hiram. No.
Yeah, you went to investigate Hiram, and that's when Brother Andre got killed. He got changed at that point in time. While you guys were inside investigating, he got jumped by the one of the doppelgangers. You end up chasing one of the other three out to the farmhouse, and as you're driving out, that needle that you guys were following kept swinging around wildly. It's because it kept swinging around between Andre and the farmhouse.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
No one ever picked up on that.
No.
So yeah, you guys managed. Let's go ahead and do our end of turn moves here.
Oh yeah, like the leveling up and such.
Yeah, well, it's
Experience.
end of mystery.
The
Do I have
mystery.
that written down in my notes here?
Oh, I guess I forgot. I apparently I could pick 2 advancements, which I maybe
Yeah,
should have
you
done
need.
since
Yeah, you should have done that
Yeah,
because those
so-
would be very useful for you.
Yeah, I probably should have
Are we gonna-
upgraded my talent,
Are we
'cause
going
that
to keep
really
these
ruined
characters and
me.
move forward? Or are we
Yes,
gonna do all
I think
new?
so. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's finish the end of mystery and the session moves. Did we conclude the current mystery? Yes, we did. We killed the doppelgangers.
Yes.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes, we did.
I think so.
Mithra was about to die, and there was a.
Yeah, I think we're talking about civilians here so much.
Oh,
Well,
well,
Reed
we
doesn't
actually-
count.
Reed doesn't count because we actually buried his ass.
Didn't save him. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Doppelgangers exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we learned that last time.
We learned we maybe should have kept better track of Andre.
We learned fairy tales are true.
Yeah, I think we also learned that Paul Revere may have been part of the Priory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
did find that out.
All right, and did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I found out that y'all are from the future,
Yeah.
Well, not all
Except
of
me,
us.
I just
but
kind of I kind of
but
just
some of them.
some of them. I kind of just
Uh,
guessed. It seemed
I'm kind of
obvious.
iffy on that one because I think it's supposed to be. Did we discover something new in fiction that none of us knew? But,
Okay.
yeah, in this case, yeah, 2 of you have a secret, and the other 2 of you found out. So I'm going to count it and say maybe we haven't completely resolved that mystery yet, but say that yeah. So that's 3.
So
So
we get 3 experience points.
if 3 or 4, everyone marks 2 XP.
oh, so I get 2 new ones. So I'm
Well-
I'm at 5 and need to level up. So I get
Okay.
2 in addition to that.
Oh yeah, I'm at level 3 now.
All right, so when you level up, you mark up a level and then subtract 5, and you still have the remainder.
Okay, so now I'm at level 6.
Yep.
And I have to pick something for that.
I'm 1 point away
And
from
I've got
leveling up.
2. Yeah, I made a note down here that under number 6 that I need to level up.
All right.
So I'm at
So,
level 3. So what do I do with the experience then?
How many XP do you have?
I think I actually just filled the bar, so I think I'm back down to 0 because I didn't gain any extra there with my end game.
Well,
'Cause I
you
was
got
right at 3, and then I got 2 more. Because I got
so you leveled, but then you're at 0.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. So you guys want to go ahead and pick your advancement, or do you want to wait to start a next session?
Let's just start because I need
Yeah.
to research them.
No, are you leveling up to level 3,
I was
Mike?
going to level up before this one.
Okay, so you've got. Let me make a
I
note here that you have
think
to go up to number 3.
I think Biff has 2 advancements to pick.
Yeah.
In this system, leveling doesn't or your quote level unquote doesn't matter so much. I just keep it on the sheet so I know how many total advancements you should have.
Right.
I've played with a lot of players in the past that it would if I wasn't paying attention, oh yeah, I also have a +4 Vorpal sword,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like to keep track of, I look at the
Okay,
sheet. It balances. It's right. So just think about the advancements you want to take. We're leaving this session with you guys going on the lam, running from wall. This is now the second time you all been on the lam.
I kind of like this. I like it. I like being on the lamb.
Yeah. Although it's
I
not
didn't
good for
think-
Joseph because it's his haven.
Yeah,
Uh,
what makes an expert it's just
Well, that's why I asked
but
you
we
what you're
might
taking.
we might be able to find you a new home at the Priory, though.
that's true.
You also might be able to get this back. They did manage to solve their previous legal issues we'll have to find that out in the fiction. But I was hoping you guys would use some magic or something to, clean up the situation. I liked your idea of, there's something else going on somewhere else. We need to get them there. It just did
Sucks
not
that I
work
kind
out.
of blew that magic.
Yeah.
It's just the beauty of the game is that it completely throws the whole. That's what I like about it. Also, is just because like in D&D, like if you mess something up, it's like if you roll like a low roll, it's just like something you're really good at just suddenly just doesn't work for you. But in this, it feels a lot more natural.
Yeah.
Like it feels a lot more like in the moment of a screw up. Like it's not just like
it worked, but this happened because of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's do one last thing before we head out. Roses and thorns. Is there anything? Everyone pick one thing from the session that you thought was really great, and one thing that you thought could be better. We'll start with Denny.
I mean, I thought it was great that we actually managed to kill the dang things. Thing that. Do you mean like thing like overall thing that happened in the story or what?
It could be anything. Yeah, something you liked and something you didn't like.
I
Or
didn't like
something you thought
losing
could be
them.
better.
I didn't like suddenly becoming homeless and like losing all my cool stuff for now.
Think of it as
I
a
just had to-
challenge.
Yeah,
I just had the thought,
yeah,
did I go and pick up my amulet thing? I don't think
Yeah,
I did.
you probably picked
You
up your
did,
own.
yeah.
yeah.
I was just had the thought, like, that would have been really sucky if I left that there too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's nice to be back. That's
Yeah, I'll get to my thing when we get to it. I say, Mike.
I'm going to say that I think it's great that he is now homeless.
oh, thanks.
And we're on the run where we're used to being, and we're running around solving mysteries, bashing bad guys and kicking ass. And what would I change? I don't know. Maybe 2 monsters instead of 1. Yeah.
Okay, Jen.
Okay, I really liked the fight. All right, that was very enjoyable. Everybody all chipping in and everything, going every which way and everybody going at it. And then what I didn't like was, the fact that I didn't have enough tough and everything to really do as much physical stuff as I feel my character should be able to do.
Okay. That's a good point. We could look at different ways to balance that out. I know that there's different moves that allow you to roll with different stats.
Although I also just realized that my tough is 1 instead of 0 because I have my original values written in there too, and so I'm gonna take those out because it's been confusing me.
To those.
Yeah,
and we're gonna get better as we go along here too, because this was much better than the last time we played. I thought
we're all a bit rusty. I know I am.
Yeah, well, I thought we picked it right up.
All right, Sturba.
I gotta say the thing I really loved was because this was technically kind of my first game going in and playing as this is basically just my first game in general with like playing not trying to be a keeper, and I really enjoyed the interactions. I thought the fight was really great. I thought we were all doing good, chipping in and like reacting to when our moves didn't go good. And I think the one bad thing for me would be definitely just trying to go and keep track of my moves and stuff, and like because I totally forgot I had not my fault, which would have helped me out, like acting under pressure if I messed up my actions. Like I just need to go and get better at like acknowledging I have that stuff to go and help me out.
Okay. And I guess for me, I also really enjoyed the fight, although it's not at all what I had originally had planned for tonight. I had originally planned for there to be like 3 segments. I was going to have you guys go and fight the grandma one at the farm, and then on the way back get waylaid by the girl with the police officer, and then finally when you thought it was all said and done, have Andre attack and try to like lure one of you off, but we were getting short on time, so I was like, I'll just throw it all in there, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
My downside is I feel that I was the least prepared of any session that I've run. Not in like what I wanted to happen fiction wise, but it just having everything ready to where I could get to the information quicker. I used to be much better organized. And I mean, there's too many times I was looking up what a move does, and too many times I was looking to see, oh, what was that guy's name again? And oh, how many health did these guys have? It's like, I was like constantly hunting for stuff and not able to pay as much attention to the fiction as I would like. I'll rewatch this, but I think my best keepering effort so far was the previous session. Mm-hmm. So, but then again, I've had a 6 months off, so I'm still rusty. So
yeah. Our last session was supposed to be on. Where's my notes here?
Was it like September or like
right after July?
Yeah, it was scheduled for July 11th.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was like I thought then we pushed it back to like September, and then I had to flee my dorm, so I didn't take anything like with me for streaming. Yeah. Because of the storm. That's a mess. My school got closed for a month.
Whoa. Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, because of the hurricane, yeah.
Yeah, we lost, and we also lost the biology and chemistry building got.
Oh my god!
Like, it didn't like get knocked over, but the roof membrane like blew off the roof, so all this water just came into the second floor, which is like all chemistry labs. So,
man.
Yeah, so that was.
You're all right.
Yeah. No, they evacuated us like a week before the storm hit, but yeah, it was a or not a week, like a few days before the storm hit. So, but it was all right. The semester was kind of hell though, because just all the due dates got pushed back to like 1 week, so it was a little rough there.
Well, I'm glad you guys all got it back under control anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really fun being back in this game with you guys. I think in 2 weeks, it will start back up. I'd love to run every week. I'm just, until we get this other house finished and sold, I just don't have a whole lot of time. So
that's fair.
Yeah, 2 weeks, I can definitely stick to that. So thanks for playing, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, it did.
It was great. It was a great time for me.
Yeah, don't forget to look over your move sheets and stuff and decide what you want to take for advancements.
Okay.
Let's do that. Start the next session.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.